The masked figure with the wicked fangs at the beginning of Lost Records' Bloom and Rage is a blink and you'll miss it moment. It happens so fast, almost like a fever dream. Just a few shadowy frames of the girls sprinting through the woods in sheer panic, chased by something terrifying. And yet, by the time players reach the end of tape 1, having processed that devastating final sequence, most would have completely forgotten about that brief but chilling moment within the first few minutes of the game. A fleeting glimpse of a flashback, gone just as quickly as it appeared. But here's the thing, that moment matters. It's haunting in its implications. A masked figure with sharp, bloody teeth, lunging forward as if in pursuit, is barely visible in the chaos of the chase. It's easy to think of it as a simple scare, maybe even a prank taken too far. But when you slow the footage down frame by frame, unsettling details emerge. Details that could suggest something much stranger, something that could tie into the abyss, and perhaps into the fate of the girls themselves. Was this a joke that spiraled out of control? Is there something supernatural lurking in these woods? And most importantly, how is this moment going to shape tape 2? My name's Juliette, I love Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, and today we're going to take a very close look at that masked figure. When analysing the face behind the mask, one detail stands out immediately. The eyes. They look exactly like Corey's. And if that isn't enough, the outline of hair that frames the masked figure's face is almost identical to Corey's silhouette. If this is Corey, then the events of that night may have started as nothing more than a harmless prank. Imagine this. It's summer 1995. The girls are staying at the cabin, as they often do. They've spent the entire summer tangled up in music, rebellion, and the thrill of their group's newfound bond. Meanwhile, Corey, Kat's older sister's boyfriend, has spent the summer hating every second of it as he's now turned into an errand boy for his boss, Kat's father. It's difficult enough to find Kat when she's not at the ranch, but getting her to come home is another story. So what if he and Dylan decided to do something about it? Something immature, something reckless, a staged horror movie scare. The fanged mask, the bloody teeth, these could have been nothing more than props. Meant to frighten, meant to keep the girls away from the cabin, keep them home. But something went wrong. We can see all 4 girls in that brief flashback, Nora, Autumn, Swan, and Kat, all running for their lives. They don't just look scared, they look genuinely terrified, like whatever is chasing them isn't a joke anymore. There's no sign of Corey, or whoever that was, unmasking themselves to say it was all fake. And then there's the abyss. Did the girls run too close? Did someone fall in? Is this the moment that started everything? I believe tape 2 will explore what really happened that night and if the abyss played a part in it. Here's the part that really gets overlooked. There's a second frantic chase scene. In one of the game's trailers, we get a brief look at Swan, Nora, and Autumn running through the forest in a panic. This seems to be on a different night to where the girls were running away from the person in the mask, as they have on different clothes, as is evident by Swan's footwear and Autumn's outfit. It is possible that clips from several scenes were used to feature in the flashback and trailer, hence the outfit discrepancies, but perhaps we were never really meant to look that closely. What I find interesting is we see a shadowy creature with large deer antlers and matching ears, watching the girls from afar. It could be a deer, but it seems otherworldly. The woods surrounding the ranch are teeming with deer and wildlife, and we know hunting takes place in the area, something Kat and the others actively protest against. Could this deer creature be some kind of protector, watching over them, ready to strike against what it perceives as a threat? And there's something even more suspicious. The deer-like creature perfectly matches the silhouette of the cover of one of Swan's books about a Wendigo. Pam, the older woman at the bar in the present part of the game, specifically asks if we've ever seen anything supernatural in those woods. Swan is literally writing a book about cryptids. These details are placed in the game for a reason. Let's take this idea a step further. What if Corey was the masked figure that night as a prank, but by the time it was over, he became something else? Perhaps the abyss could change people, transform someone into something else. If Corey was chasing the girls and somehow fell in, what if the abyss twisted him into something monstrous? What if the creature with the fangs is Corey, no longer human, no longer himself? Corey starts off in tape 1 as a bully, harsh and aggressive towards the girls. But the moment they tell him to leave Kat alone, and after they'd made their offerings to the abyss, something happens. Corey grabs his head like he's in pain, like something is affecting him. Later, at the concert after Kat collapses, he suddenly seems different. Softer, almost protective. What if that's the abyss's influence? What if it marked him that night? One of the eeriest lines in the girl's song is,
"I'll be your queen and you'll be under my spell."
What if this isn't just metaphorical? What if the girls, or something within them, put Corey under a spell tied to the abyss? What if they made him into this masked creature? The masked figure, the antlered Wendigo, the abyss, they are all connected. Something went terribly wrong that summer. Whether it was a prank gone too far, a supernatural force interfering, or something the girls did themselves, we still don't know the full picture. But the clues are there. The abyss changes people. The girls might have changed Corey. The masked creature in the woods might not be a monster at all, but someone they once knew. Tape 2 might finally give us the answers. But until then, the mystery of the masked figure remains one of Lost Records' Bloom & Rage's least talked about secrets. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing for more game theories and analysis videos just like this one. Thanks so much for watching.